Boxingego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. 1.
Yes. Come on, yeah, beautiful. Again, come on. Stay switched on when you're rolling. Come, beautiful. Again. Come. That's beautiful. You see there, you're pulling, you're dipping, you're inside, you're outside, and then I'm just like that. The chin is up.
What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Who the fuck is that guy? Make sure you guys smash the like button, also subscribe to the channel. The clips you've seen at the beginning are from Conor McGregor, who is training. Now, there's an article on the website, link in the description. Make sure you guys check it out. And Conor McGregor, his trainer, John, said that nothing's been finalized as far as the Mayweather fight in the world of boxing. However, they are under the mentality or the mindset, and they're training as if the fight is a done deal. So he's going through drills, he's trying to stay in shape, and he's helping his friend Artem, who is getting ready to fight, a longtime sparring partner and everything. So I want to know what you guys think. You guys judge it. What do you think Conor McGregor looks like? Obviously, the cliche comment is going to be like, that's mitts, and mitts don't hit back, and mitts aren't Floyd Mayweather. So you guys break it down and let me know what you guys think. I said in the article that I pinned for the website, it's very simple. Most fighters, given the circumstance, everybody wants the biggest payday. That's kind of what it boils down to. And fighters that critique and criticize one man are usually guilty of doing the same thing. So it's easy to point the finger. A lot of people hate Floyd. He's the guy who's been on top so long. So what? You're gonna retire and come back to fight a guy who doesn't even box? But no one doubts the fact that this fight, even with people saying these things like Conor has no shot and this and that, they will still watch the fight. Meaning it will still generate loads of cash, not only for Floyd Mayweather, but also for Conor McGregor. I've told you guys before, you guys can get mad, kicking and screaming. It doesn't change it. Business is business, and if they fight, they fight. It's going to be what it is. So sit back and enjoy the ride and enjoy the entertainment value and see if Conor McGregor could even have moments or, pull the upset. We don't know. You know what I mean? Floyd's pushing 40. Obviously, he wouldn't be the favorite. I've talked to Errol Spence Jr. last year, and he said Conor McGregor might get stopped by Floyd Mayweather, and he sparred with Floyd. He said he would stop Conor McGregor in sparring. So boxing is boxing. It's definitely a completely different discipline, but you guys don't understand. People always say these things in boxing like, oh, this is bad for boxing and stuff, but you guys are talking about it, which is making it more money, which is making it more relevant. Just like me, people, oh, I hate your videos, Ego, or people hate me, or whatever the situation is, and make disses or pictures. That keeps me relevant. You know what I mean? You hate my videos, but you're watching all of them. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't make sense to me that fans, like, if you really don't want something to succeed, then you pay it no mind. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're like, oh, Conor McGregor and Floyd is a joke, but every other day you see articles about it. So it's only growing the monster that you don't want to see. But like I said before, easy work. At the end of the day, like Canelo recently did an interview and he says it's a joke of a fight, but Oscar De La Hoya said that, oh, it's a horrible, embarrassing to boxing. But you guys fact check. I'll give $100 to the first person who disproves, and I know you can't do it, but you get $100 PayPal if you do it. Oscar De La Hoya did an interview, I believe it was with TMZ, but the point being is De La Hoya said he would love to make a fight with Conor McGregor and Canelo, right? So once again, that's calling the kettle black. If you say Floyd versus Conor is an embarrassment to boxing, but then your own promoter says Canelo should fight Conor McGregor. I have the interview. I've seen the interview. So De La Hoya is saying that. So how is it okay for Canelo to fight him, but for Floyd it's blasphemous and it's bad for boxing? You know what I'm saying? That's what we call hypocritical, right? And that's what's going on in boxing. You say this is horrible for boxing, but you know it'll generate money. It'll generate a ton of money, right? So Canelo, De La Hoya, or whoever who has a problem with the fight, you could say, oh, it's not a good fight, Floyd will win easy or whatever. That's cool. I have no beef with that. But to say it's ruining boxing and all that, what about fights that don't need to happen, like Liam Smith versus Canelo or Canelo versus Amir Khan? I mean, Chavez Jr., even though I give him a shot, I think he could be a very tough challenge for Canelo. People want to see Canelo versus Golovkin, though. So, you know what I'm saying? But back to the business thing. Nobody's going to beef with Canelo versus Chavez Jr. because of, we all know what it does. At the end of the day, it makes money. So, I mean, for that reason, it's a massive fight. You have two Mexican stars with star power names, and they're fighting on Cinco de Mayo weekend. They could have had this fight in March or November or something, but they had it Cinco de Mayo weekend. You know why? Because it's a Mexican-American celebrating Hispanic heritage type of day and weekend. And historically, you've seen great fighters like De La Hoya fought a Latino against Ricardo Mayorga on Cinco de Mayo weekend. Floyd fought Canelo on Mexican Independence Day weekend in September, and he's fought other guys, Latinos like Maidana and stuff in May. So, I mean, we know it the day. That's why they call them the quote-unquote Mexican dates. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, all these fighters, Golovkin, he's like, oh yeah, it's business fight. It's big production. It's bad. Like, that's cool, but they're saying he's injured now, and Billy Joe Saunders is screaming. Billy Joe Saunders is eagerly trying to reverse the bad publicity he got when he was doing things and saying things that made people feel he was clearly avoiding and ducking Golovkin. Now he's saying, I got my pin, Golovkin is a pussy on his t-shirt, and he's doing these things to reverse it. And Team Golovkin is kind of on the fence. It looks like they're not really trying to fight Billy Joe Saunders next because they know if in fighting him, it might ruin a chance for Canelo. So if that is the case, then that's a business move too. You want to hold up on becoming undisputed at middleweight, which is the goal that you've always maintained. Become a middleweight undisputed champion, all the belts, right? So why not fight Billy Joe Saunders, right? If you're injured, wait a couple more months and fight Billy Joe Saunders in September. But no, it looks like they want to try to negotiate and see if they can squeeze out this Canelo fight because it makes money. It makes financial sense. And again, I mean, it is what it is. Boxing is business. I'm not, like I said, I'm not on here. This is my full-time job. Like, I'm not on here making free videos. When I first started, it was just a hobby, and I did a lot of pro bono work before I really even seen any money. But at the end of the day, everybody's trying to make money. So it's just hypocritical that some people have these opinions, knowing if they're in the same situation, they would take it. They would do it. They would, you know what I mean? You can't tell. That's easy money. For Floyd Mayweather, it's really kind of like a form of hate because you know he's going to get he's going to get like 100 million or better to fight Conor McGregor. So, I mean, it's just who wouldn't you fight for $100 million, let alone pay-per-view back-end money and the whatever for beating them. But who wouldn't you fight for $100 million? You know what I mean? Like, man, I'll fight Tyson, Lomachenko. You know what I mean? I really don't care. $100 million at the very least, I get knocked out. I mean, at the very worst, I would get knocked out by, depending on who it is. But who wouldn't you fight for $100 million? I mean, come on. Like, what person? So there's a lot of people who are very hypocritical in the game. You know what I mean? De La Hoya wrote a Dear Floyd letter, said, hey, you ruined boxing and nobody wants to watch you stay retired. there's a lot of great new talent like Canelo and Golovkin. And he said all this in his Dear Floyd letter, but guess what? You start putting Floyd, or your fighter Canelo, excuse me, you start putting him in there with Amir Khan, who hadn't even really proved to be the #1 welterweight. He was on a long layoff. His last performance versus Chris Algieri wasn't his best. It wasn't like his Devin Alexander performance. And then that's when you decide to elect to make a fight with Canelo. And they tried to get it at catchweight. You guys said no. Golden Boy said no. Amir Khan told me that personally. He said they wanted to fight at 152, 153. The video's up. I have the video. I have the footage. Don't, you know what I mean? Don't make me pull it out. I will. Pause. I'll pull it out. Pause. Right? So, I mean, it is what it is. You fought Canelo. Khan fought Canelo. No rehydration clause. Canelo weight. And the outcome we knew because Canelo was just overall bigger. So, I don't know. I just noticed a lot of hypocrisy in boxing. Again, how can De La Hoya and Canelo say it's horrible for boxing, but they've done money fights. They've done fights that weren't the most meaningful for money. And De La Hoya openly said he'll love to see Canelo fight against Conor McGregor. And he sounded like he might have been drinking that night because he was slurring a bit. It's on TMZ, but he was like, yeah, people won't know who's the real Irish. They'll think Canelo is Irish. And he had a slur to his speech. So I don't know, maybe he was just in the mode, he just said that, but you still said it. It's out there, it's public. And now you're saying if Floyd fights him, it is embarrassing, but you know what it is because you know business and you have your own company. So Golovkin, Canelo, all those people, it is what it is. So I had to get that little rant out. I mean, again, I don't think Conor McGregor will beat Floyd. I really don't. And I keep that 100%. But at the same time, I don't think anybody at welterweight is really beating Floyd. You know what I mean? And the person probably with the best chance, Errol Spence Jr., in my opinion, he is cool with Floyd, so they wouldn't fight. You know what I mean? So I don't know. That's just my honest opinion. So it is really, we already know what it is. It's a money fight. It's a massive event. And again, most people would not pass up this type of financial opportunity. And as a fighter, Floyd Mayweather, he doesn't care if Conor's in a different discipline. Conor's talking big shit. Conor's like, the whole world doesn't know. You know what I mean? He's saying all this stuff. And Mayweather, I don't know what you're thinking, Floyd. He's talking shit. So, I mean, as a fighter, are you going to be like, hey, I'm going to have mercy? And even though this guy's talking shit and saying he's going to knock me out, then I don't want to see it because it's knowing you're going to get 100 million plus for the fight and knowing you probably could beat him. I mean, it's simple mathematics. Some people are making this into something. Bottom line, fights you don't like, this is my job. I cover boxing. So even fights that I don't care for, I tell you that. Like Canelo, Liam Smith, Canelo, Khan, you could have missed me with those fights, but I covered it for the fans, right? And at the end of the day, if I wasn't doing this, then if I had other plans, I might not even have watched those fights in real time. You know what I mean? So you guys as fans, most of you guys who are watching this video aren't trainers, aren't pro fighters, aren't other reporters, and a good demographic are fans of fighting sports. So if you don't like Conor McGregor or Floyd, don't watch it. But I guarantee you, a lot of the naysayers and the people who hate the fight will still tune in. You know what I mean? And the people, if the fight gets made, let's sign a pact that you can never be on my channel. So when I'm covering the fight and they're doing press conference and Conor says something, who the fuck is Floyd and all this stuff, that you will never comment on any of the videos. But we know that's not the case. Whether you stream it, whether you buy it, you will still be watching it. And history proves it. Let me know what you guys think. Drop it in the comment section. Make sure you share the video, like the video as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.